Hi everybody, this is Audrey, also known as Noble Strength, and thank you for tuning into my channel. Today you are tuned in for fun with fashion. So if you like fashion, you like stylings, you like lookbooks, that type of thing, then keep watching. I love playing around with the things that I have in my closet, and so that's what we're going to do today. And I drew inspiration from other cultures, and it was based on my 23andMe Ancestry DNA results. Now, I had my testing done quite a while back in June of 2013. It was a little birthday gift to myself. So it's been about 6 years since I had the testing done, but it's really awesome because everything is online in a database, so you don't have to worry about paperwork being mailed to you. Once your results come in, they send you a notice via email, and then you can just access your information online. My results back then was not surprising in the least because I have been doing research on my family history, and I have quite a few people in my family who are over the age of 90. So I, ask a lot of questions, and a lot of research had been done by one of the matriarchs in my family, my Aunt Laura. So I really had a lot to, get me on the right path. And I made it all the way to 1824 in looking back. So to my great-great-grandparents on my mother's side, maternal side. And I knew that my great-great-grandfather was a mulatto and his father was Caucasian. So I also knew that I had Caucasian on my paternal side. And I also had been told that I had Native American on my paternal side. And a lot of African Americans have been told that. And so I really wanted to know, how true that was, if there was any truth to it at all. So I got my results back, and this was the general breakdown back in 2013. So here are the results. I'll show you on the split screen. 72.6% sub-Saharan African, which is a broad region below the Sahara Desert in the continent of Africa. And that was broken down into three subcategories of West African, African hunter-gatherer, and broadly sub-Saharan African. Then the next major breakdown was my European breakdown, which was 25.3%, which was the majority of British and Irish with a little bit sprinkling of French and German, Iberian, Scandinavian. So those are the two major components of my DNA, which is not surprising with me being African American. Then we have our trace results, which were East Asian and Native American at 0.6%, South Asian at 0.5%, West Asian and North African at 0.2%. And then there was even some trace elements of Western Asian and North African at 0.2. So those were my DNA results in 2013. Now, coming up to today, I did look online to see if there had been any changes since then, and there were no significant changes, but there were some more defining, geographical locations or readings based on their current database. So it was basically the same breakdown, except for they were able to pinpoint where within the sub-Saharan regions and other regions of the other breakdowns that, my DNA might have come from. So like Nigeria, Ghanaian, that type of thing, which is really, really interesting. And then my Asian DNA showed some Sri Lankan and some, I think, Western Indian, just a little bit of everything. I'll show you on the split screen. So it was really quite interesting, but I'm going to stick with the major components for my stylings today, which would be my African heritage, of course, then my British heritage, and then I'm going to go ahead and just throw in a trace element of Native American, since that was shown to be in there. So if you want to see what I put together, keep watching, and I'll be right back. All right, for look number one, I was so excited with the most recent results of them being able to give me a breakdown that, the majority of my sub-Saharan DNA coming from Nigeria and Ghana, which was really, really cool. I've never visited Africa, and I would love to one day. I pray to God that I can. And anyway, so this first look is my African inspired look, and I'm using a piece that I thrifted, which I was so fortunate to thrift because I think this is an authentic piece of African fabric that was custom made for someone. And I really, really love how it fits kind of like a little bit off the shoulders or very wide. And for the jewelry, this was a gift from my sister-in-law who actually did visit Africa. So this is authentic African jewelry made from beads that were cut from stones and some a seed from some type of vegetation that grows over there. So I'm really, gonna just rock this with a pair of black leggings and some really cute pumps for a modern take on an African inspired look. Look number 2 is going to represent the British part of my DNA, and I drew inspiration from the Puritans. And the reason why is because I have this dress that I absolutely love that is by Black House White Market that I thrifted. I wear it a lot in the spring and summer. So because it's cold and very chilly now here, I am going to put a turtleneck that is 3/4 length sleeve underneath this to give it that modest Puritan look. And I'm going to pair it with some black leggings and some black pumps. And we're gonna, hopefully this will work. I don't know. I have not tried any of this on. I just went in my closet and pulled some elements together that I thought would work for a nice stylish look. So, and then for my trace Native American part of my DNA, I am going to try and represent that through use of natural colors, because when I think Native American, I think of animal skins, stones for jewelry like turquoise. I think of feathers. I think of fringe. And so I don't have a lot of feathers in my closet. I don't have a lot of suede like animal skin in my closet. So I'm just going to go with some natural colors and layer them. So I have these thrifted items here that have some natural looking colors, and then some Native American jewelry that is like authentic Native American jewelry. So I'm going to use that together. Hopefully this will look good. Like I said, I have not tried this yet. And then I do have some moccasins by Lucky Brand that I'm going to pair, and I'm going to wear that with some jeans for a nice casual Native American inspired look. That is what I pulled out. Stay tuned to see what the modeling shots look like, and then I will be right back.
In the 21st century, dress in Africa includes items fashioned from local resources and tools, such as wrappers hand-woven from hand-spun cotton threads on handmade looms in the West African countries of Sierra Leone, Mali, and Nigeria. In addition, combinations of local resources and imported materials are used, as seen in the kente wrappers woven from imported rayon or silk threads on locally made looms in Ghana. The Pilgrims who settled in Massachusetts in 1620 were Puritans. The dress styles of the American colonists of the 17th and 18th centuries lagged behind those of Europe, but were otherwise the same. Native peoples of North America are diverse in culture, language, and ecological adaptations to varied environments. This variation is expressed in their attire. The only major constant in their clothing prior to European contact was the use of the skins of animals, most notably the tan skins of the variety of large North American mammals, buffalo or bison, antelope, mountain sheep, caribou, and others.
Tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this fun with fashion styling. I know I certainly did. Let me know in the comments below if you have done any DNA testing through either 23andMe or some other major testing company like Ancestry. I'd love to hear from you. What did you find out? What's your breakdown? I'd love to know. Were you surprised, or were you like me, just you pretty much knew what the results would be, but you kind of wanted confirmation? But as always, I enjoy interacting with you. Thank you for tuning in. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. I'd love to have you as part of the Noble Strength family. And remember to always be a good steward of all that God has given you, because He truly loves us so much. And I'll see you next time. Bye.